carrots, mushrooms, almonds, olive oil. Oh yeah, sure. Let's throw "de heck is it" fish platter on the menu and see if people bite. Ah, you see what I did there? It's kind of a fishing joke. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more Chef as our intrepid waiter Conan waits patiently for, well, anyone at all to show up. It's 10 minutes into the lunch shift and there's nobody here. Oh, wait. Somebody's coming in. Conan's on something. Okay, it's a solo. Woot. All right, well, you know what? A bill's a bill. Oh, here we go. Here's tons of people showing up, and they all want a table because they have a little table icon over their heads. Fantastic. All right, goal for today is to keep chipping at the menu. Last time we started deconstructing the menu of all the prefabs that we got given when we opened up the restaurant, started adding some of our own dishes, which will be better quality and attract better people and all sorts of neat stuff. So at the beginning of the day and the place starting to fill up, let's make sure these people have something that they actually want to eat that might bring them back again. We've got ingredients points and skill points to unlock here, so let's get that going on and see what we want to add to Chef today. Now, we've been plugging down the meat tech tree. Does meat have a technology? I don't know, but if it does, this is the tree for it. So we've been going down the meat route here, and I think that's sensible because we're almost at unlocking the next tier, which will give us a whole bunch of stuff that we can do things with. Fried meat in particular. I want to get onto fried because, well, we bought the fryer. We may as well use it for something. So what have we got left down here we haven't unlocked? Boiled meat recipe quality up, okay. Cooking time down on pretty much everything. That's really solid. And quality up on virtually everything. Okay, let's take 2 points in cooking time down and lock that in. Now we can get up to the next tier. I definitely want fried meat, no question. But the comment section have also been saying don't ignore meat tartar because it takes so little time to prep. So we'll take that as well. All right, I'm just going to lock those two things in for right now. We only have the 1 point left. I don't want to ignore the other trees. So let's look at carbs. What's the next tier of carbs? Fresh pasta, okay. Lasagna, fine. Rice pie. All right, what do we get if we go up here? Gnocchi, I believe that's how that's pronounced. Risotto, paella, and stuffed pasta. Okay, not wicked exciting, all things considered. What's in veggies? What do we get at veggies? Soup. Oh, okay. Well, that would be really good. If we can't make soup, we should be able to make soup. Steamed veggies, alrighty. Roasted vegetables. Let's start plugging down the veggie tree. I don't necessarily want to attract vegans or vegetarians because that means the people who buy tons of things, i.e. the low-class families, blue-collars, all those guys, they don't like a vegetarian or vegan-themed restaurant. But it would be good to get soup on the menu. Everybody likes soup. Legume quality up, fruits quality up, and recipe quality up. Let's just take a generic vegetables recipe quality up and lock that in. Okay, just bring me back to meat for a second. Fried meat and meat tartar. Let's head over to our ingredients and see how we can combo that up to make some good dishes. We've actually got a fair number of decent level 2 second tier meats unlocked. Beef, chicken, duck, and pork. I'll take... Do we have level 1 bacon? We must, right? Yeah, absolutely we have level 1 bacon. Okay, let's get level 2 ham unlocked. Take that. I don't know if this is the kind of restaurant that's going to serve quail and rabbit and all of that stuff. Turkey, however, would fit in with our blue-collar family, so let's get that. All right, I don't want to blow all of our points for today on meat. Let's look at some other stuff here. If we're doing fried foods, could we do, like, fried cheese? Could we effectively make mozzarella sticks here? Please say yes, because I would like to. I always meant to unlock level 2 goat cheese, so I'm just going to get that right now. I do love some goat's cheese. And how about just flat out milk? We just don't have milk, so let's get some milk unlocked. And then bring me over to the booze, because that's always a good little plus sell that we could throw in here. How about Oh, I don't know if the blue collars are going to want brandy. I don't think that's appropriate. But level 2 white wine, that might be nice. Let's throw that in there. Okay, everything unlocked. Let's see if we can get a couple more main courses on the menu before people start to fill up. Give them an option of ordering that on today's shift. Ah, well, here's a bit of a problem. Remember how I've been saying we bought the fryer, we may as well use it for like 3 episodes? Yeah, we don't actually have a fryer. No, I never bought one. I bought a grill, which is super. That's fantastic, but I don't actually own a fryer. I have several ovens, because, you know, lots of ovens, but no fryer. I've got a microwave, no fryer. Blender, no fryer. And I can't actually afford one right now. It's $400 for the fryer. I think if maybe we can just squeak through today, we might be able to generate the $400 we need for that. So don't do a fried food recipe, is what I'm saying to myself here. Let's go look at something else we can do for these people. Well, we got the meat tartar, and that does not involve a fryer, so let's make a meat tartar recipe. Let's effectively give somebody raw meat. No wonder that takes so little time to actually prepare. So let's do that as a main course, and oh, gee, I know I say it every single time I go to the recipe editor, but I really wish I could name the recipe after I'm done creating it, because I don't really know what it's going to be yet. But let's just do a, oh, I don't know, how about just raw beef? There we go. If I can actually spell beef, or at least if I can get my hands near the keyboard. There we go. Raw beef, that's what we're doing. Start that recipe. So I think I'm pretty much sold on beef. Yeah, put that in there. Perfect. Now, where are we at with that? It's very fatty, not very salty. Okay, well, we know how to conquer the salt issue is by putting salt in the 3rd tier, like that. There we go. Now that took down a lot of the sweetness, but that's fine. What if ketchup is going to be quite sweet, and I could possibly see some ketchup being added to this. I'm not 100% married to that idea yet. We may re-examine that. Do I need olive oil? No. Way too fatty. All right. What else? I don't even know what goes in a meat tartare besides raw meat. I'm not, honestly, I don't think I've ever eaten it, so I'm not super familiar with it. But there should probably be some veggies along with it. That seems sensible. What if there was, say, oh, I don't know, some celery along with that? Okay, so you've got raw beef and a little bit of celery. How about a little bit of lettuce to go along with that? Make it look decent. That's bringing the fattiness way down, which is not the worst thing in the world. What else could we add to this? Tomatoes? How about some tomatoes? Okay, not bad. Overall recipe of 46. Tastes pretty decent. And it takes 27 seconds to make. Wow, you can slam these things out pretty quick. And all you need is the prep table. And I know I've got that. You're not fooling me this time, chef. I know I have the prep table. I may not have a fryer, but I've got a prep table. How about... yeah, see, onions is going to beef up the sourness probably a little bit too much. What's kicking around in carbs that we could do something with? Do we want to maybe add, oh, I don't know, some biscuits to this? No, that's going to make it too sweet. How about just a little bit of bread to go along with your raw meat? Bringing the saltiness down. What if we took the salt out of the 3rd tier and put it in the 2nd tier? Is that going to make it too salty? I mean, probably. No, actually, that's not too bad. The overall recipe quality rating is... excuse me, recipe rating is not as high as some of our other things, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I think I could broadly live with this. I mean, it says raw beef on the menu. You kind of know what you're getting into. Do we want to add, how about some spices? What could we do with our spices to get this kicked up a little bit? Not mint, because I refuse to put mint on anything. How about some oregano in the 3rd tier? No, a little too sour. Okay, take that out for me, please. How about, say, no, that's not really going to do it either. How about some coriander in the 3rd tier? Doesn't really have any effect at all. So, you know what? It can stay there then. That's fine. Basil, no, that's probably going to bump up the sourness a little too much too. Not much, though. And boy, that really boosted up our relative recipe rating. You throw in a few spices and all of a sudden everyone thinks the thing is top tier. I think I'm pretty comfortable with this. Let's throw raw beef on the menu. I mean, that just sounds blue collar. Yeah, let's throw this on the menu. Let's save this recipe. Get this on the menu. And what's our food cost? Food cost is quite low on that. Only 182 and 27 seconds to make. That's pretty good. I like this. I think comment section were very right about going down the meat tartar route. Alrighty, well, let's roll this onto the menu. And I think that can take the place of the roast turkey with onions. Let's get that off the menu, and let's put raw beef on the menu because raw beef. So bump that into there. Perfect. We have the things we need to make it. Let's get that price kicking up immediately. Yeah, how about 10 bucks for that? Given our food costs, that should be quite a profitable item. Now, what else could we replace? I'm going to keep the grilled steak on for right now because it's just a grilled steak. It's a very simple item. Although, maybe what we should do is do a grilled steak, but just do it better. I kind of like that idea. Let's do a better grilled steak. Let's gun that out of here. And let's do a better grilled steak than what we've got right now. So I think this is going to be a very simple but well done grilled steak. Nice on the rare side. If you want your steak well done, do not come into Food House. Don't even knock on my door if you want a well done steak, because that's just a terrible, terrible thing, and anyone who does that should be immediately ejected from the premises. So this is going to be a by default rare steak. You don't get it any other way. So let's call this, how about the Red Monster? Folks from the Commonwealth area will get that reference. Others may not. So the Red Monster, it's going to be a rare steak. Let's start that. You don't get it any other way. You want it medium? Too bad. Get out of Food House. Let's throw that up in there. And actually, having done that, is that my level 2? Go. Thank you. I want to make sure that's my level 2 beef, not my level 1 beef. Might have to go back and check the recipe I just made, the meat tartar. Anyway, it'll do. So the level 2 beef, so better quality beef. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I'm going to do for you guys right there is a rare steak. But no, let's fidget around. You should probably have some vegetables with it. It's not going to be completely without vegetables. How about, what do we need to improve? Our sourness and bitterness could definitely come up a little bit there. Some garlic would do very well. Oh, yeah. A little rare beef with some garlic. Oh, I'm liking this already. And some onions. Oh, I don't even care about the balance. I just want to eat this. Probably have some potatoes with that. Have some potatoes on that. Yup, okay. Could do with getting it a little bit more salty. Let's do our salt in the third tier. Just get the saltiness up a little bit. Okay, took the sweetness down a little too much on that. I don't like that balance. What else could we put in there? Ketchup? Oh, hell no. Hell no, we're not doing ketchup on this thing. No. What could we do, though? Give me, give me legumes. Okay, is there anything we could do with those apart from just saying legume, because it's a fun word to say? Nuts, not really, no, that's just terrible. How about carbs? What could we do with carbs? We could add probably some corn and pasta maybe might be nice. Serve this maybe with a side of pasta. Ooh, really good recipe rating on that. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of digging this. A rare steak, some garlic and onions and potatoes on, a little side dish of pasta with it. Yeah, you know what? That's the Red Monster right there. Let's save that guy. Food costs are a little higher than I traditionally like, but I think we can broadly live with that. We'll bump up the price on that. Cool. Let's get that added to the menu. So that's in. Let's start bumping up the price on that. Obviously, this is going to be our expensive item. I think this needs to go up to like 15 on this, and justifiably so. It's a beautifully, beautifully cooked piece of rare steak. So absolutely that can be... let's see how it does. I'm going to push it up to $15.95 on the costs. Let's see how it does with that. I'm going to go through the lunch rush. Let's get out of here and actually get Conan back in action. So Conan, off you go. Let's see what people want to order today. I know I just changed the menu, guys. It's gonna be fine, I assure you. Conan's just hanging out down here. I'm waiting to throw some tartar together, like, super quickly. Let's get Conan moving a little bit faster here. Anyone else actually want to come into our restaurant? Because that'd be super. I need to end the day with about $400 so I can buy a fryer. If you guys could accomplish that, if you guys could just order basically everything, that would be super. Well, I don't know if it's news of the new menu, but the place is starting to fill up here. We're getting some tables going on. I don't think it's anything Conan can't handle. If we start to get too much fuller on a regular basis, I may look at rehiring another waiter, but I think right now Conan can broadly handle all of this. I mean, he is an all-star, although he does have that crippling OCD problem where he obsessively cleans one table for an entire episode, but he seems to be over that right now. He seems to be okay with that right now. Now, see, he's going to run into the thing where he's actually not going to clean tables because he keeps concentrating on dealing with other people, which is fantastic, and that's why this game needs busboy. Hashtag chef needs busboy. I would love to see some other positions in this restaurant besides just waiter and chef, because there's a whole family of people that help you out at a restaurant that you are not seeing behind the scenes, and they're not really represented here. Okay, actually, the place is getting pretty full. The place is actually getting pretty full. And I'm wondering if Conan can cope with all of this. It does seem like he is. Like, what are you doing right now, Conan? You're greeting somebody, or you're dealing with something anyway. Okay. You're not getting that table cleaned out, though. That's kind of the issue. I wonder... Let's see what the dinner rush is like. And let's read our reviews after lunch, and we'll see what people think of the service above all others. Okay, Conan's getting caught up. He did kind of leave a bunch of tables dirty, but once these people got seated and sort of settled, he did go over and clean the rest of the tables. He's already on that one. So good. I think so far so good, just what I'm seeing during the lunch shift. Conan does seem to be able to cope with all of this, and I don't seem to have any problem. I'm just hanging out in the kitchen here. I got nothing to do, apparently, except wait to buy a fryer. Oh, hang on. Everybody slow it down. I can afford a fryer now. I'm going to take it while I've got the money. While we just ticked over into 600, I'm just going to buy the fryer. No, I don't want to look at you, Conan. I thought I wanted to look at you, but I actually don't. I'm just going to buy a fryer now while I've got it. And that'll probably, cripple us for the day's profits, but there it is. We're going to have a fryer. Okay, good. Now with the fryer, let's go make some fried dishes. Alright, I want to do two. I want to do a fried appetizer, and I want to do a fried main course. So let's start with this. I wish it was just fried instead of fried meat, because what I'm seeing here is I really can't do effectively a mozzarella stick. I can't do a fried cheese of any sort, because my thought of doing a fried goat's cheese just makes me say, yes, please, I will eat at any restaurant that serves me fried goat's cheese. But it is just fried meat. So let's do, what is this basically going to be? I don't honestly know quite yet. Let me have a think about what I'm going to put in there before I figure out what I'm going to call it. And then, of course, I remembered that we have bacon, so we're making bacon nibblers. Yes, absolutely, in the appetizers, let's do some fried bacon. So, bacon right up here. I kind of wish I had unlocked level 2 bacon now, but I didn't, so it's going to be level 1 bacon. That's going to be super fatty and very salty compared to some of the other things that we do. What else would really go in that? Well, now I can put some cheese in there. No, give me, no, that's spices. We'll come back to that in a second. Give me, dairy. I forget where dairy lives. Where does dairy live? There we go. There we go. And I'm always tripped up by the dairy icon because it kind of weirdly looks like a loaf of bread out of the corner of my eye. It's an egg next to a thing of cheese, but out of the corner of my eye it looks like a loaf of bread, so I always think that's carbs, except carbs is the French fries, because of course it is. Now, let's put... I mean, I can't do the mozzarella sticks idea with the goat's cheese, but let's do some goat's cheese in here. This is going to make it wicked fatty. Very, very fatty. What could we do to shave that down? What does that again? Sourness and bitterness. Okay, what can I do with that information? What have I got, say, in, I don't know, spices? Is there anything that could get me sourness and bitterness? A little oregano might do the trick. It makes it a little too bitter. What if we did that in the third tier? What if we just took that down a notch? Much better. Much better. Actually... do I need really much more than what I've got right there? The overall recipe rating is 51. That's not terrible. Prep time is kind of high. 626 for an app. That's not great. Really be getting apps out the door in about 10 minutes. I mean, it'll do, but it's higher than I would like it to be. Ooh, yeah, you know what? I'm just rolling out the door with this. I'm going to save this one. We'll add that to the menu, but let's refresh the menu, recipe editor, and do a fried main course. Let's kind of look at this as being sort of maybe our signature dish. So we're going to call this the Food House Chickadee under main courses fried. Let's start that. Obviously, it's going to include some chicken. That should come as no surprise to anyone. So let's get our level 2 chicken up in there. And that's just sort of meh all the way around. Not surprising. It's just fried chicken. It's not that exciting yet. What could we do with... Let's start with some basics. Let's start with some fundamentals. Let's get salt in the third tier. Super. Okay. What do we want to put? I mean, it's a fried chicken. You kind of need the biscuits to go with it. That's just America. That's just what we do. That jacks down the saltiness, but not too extreme, and bumps up the sweetness and the fattiness. So we've got fried chicken and biscuits. Excellent. How about, you know what? This is just going to be America all day. What if we just put some corn in the third tier? That's going to bump the sweetness up a little bit, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. There probably would not be too many vegetables with this, but what if we did some garlic and onion? Because there's just nothing wrong with garlic and onion. Garlic and onion goes with pretty much everything on the planet. Not bad. Really good overall recipe rating. Really nice there. Food cost not so bad, and 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes to make. Cool. Now, what could we do with maybe some... Ooh, I don't think beans is really doing it for me. Not so much with the almonds. I mean, I could make it America all day and just put a glass of milk with it, but I don't think the game is going to consider this to be a glass of milk. That being said, what if it was like a milk batter kind of thing? Ooh, I don't dislike that balance at all. Huh. Yeah, yeah, okay, all right, I see where we're going here. And what if we maybe threw in a little bit of egg with that? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, all right, sort of a milk and egg battery kind of thing. Oh, speaking of which, we need breadcrumbs for this. We absolutely need breadcrumbs. It's got to be breadcrumbs on it. It's the whole point of fried chicken. All right, so, yeah, breadcrumbs, egg wash, milk. Yeah, I think this is going to work out to be a darn good dish. Now, is there anything we want to kind of toss on the side of this? We've done a lot of potatoes recently. Bring me back to vegetables for a second. Mushrooms, not really. I'm not really feeling mushrooms. Broccoli, no. No, I don't think this is a mushroomy, broccoli, anything kind of dish here. Dairy, bring me back to that for a second. No. Spices. It's not going to have a lot of spices, I don't think. What about maybe some coriander in the third tier? Wow, that is just throwing up our recipe rating there. That's a huge recipe rating there. And what do I need? I need the fryer. I got that, and I need the prep table. Okay. Got those because I just bought one. Maybe a little bit of black pepper. Whoa, wow, 113 on the recipe rating. Food cost $3.16. That's fine. That's fine. I think the Food House Chickadee is ready to get added to the menu here. Get some biscuits with it, little garlic and onion into the breadcrumbs for the coating, milk batter, egg wash. Oh yeah, I would definitely order this. A little bit of corn on the side just to make it look like it might be vaguely healthy, but sure, let's absolutely save this recipe and get this added to the menu. I think this can take the place of the tartiflette for two reasons. One, I don't see a ton of people ordering the tartiflette. Two, I'm not actually sure what a tartiflette is, so I'd rather just not have it on the menu at all. Give me, there we go, the Food House Chickadee right in there. Let's start jacking up that food cost. This is going to be Food House's signature dish. That can go up to, how about 13? It's not going to be as priced as the rare steak. Not as highly priced as the Red Monster. I mean, that's a premium dish as far as I'm concerned, because a rare steak is always a premium dish. But 13, 16, could get it up a little bit higher to make it in line with our food costs. Okay, good. Good. Let's see what people think of this. Let's get through the lunch shift and see what people order today. Okay, Conan's in his weird time warp where we go through lunch and dinner, and he's already off to greet some new customers. Let's check our reviews first. Let's see how we did. Okay, we're getting way more average. When we opened Food House, we were basically 100% on poor and terrible. We've got way more average coming in now, which is good. We're heading in the right direction. And I think Alice kind of sums it up here with meh. Just meh. But we're moving in the right direction. We're doing better than we did when we opened the door. Prices, very good. People like our prices. That means we can probably bump those up a little bit. And service is still pretty high. Ambiance, still low. I'm not really sure what to do about that except throwing down more decorative things, which is fine. I can do that. It's just I didn't have this much of a problem with ambiance in our very first restaurant in the first part of the series. But that's fine. That's fine. More importantly, what are people ordering? What did people actually eat during lunch? Well, the first thing I'm seeing is people love the carnivore stew. Almost everyone ordered the carnivore stew. I mean, it's all over the place. The Duck Duck Goose Surprise, which, surprise, there's no goose in it, is doing very well too. Even Spud Love, which is the creepiest, funniest name I've ever come up with for a piece of food, is doing okay. Some of the desserts sold. My birthday mildew sold. Good. Obviously, I think the last couple of items we added to the menu didn't get on the menu in time for people to order it. So I'm not super surprised that those aren't there yet. We'll see what comes in during the dinner rush. The Red Monster got ordered. Excellent. Strawberry kiwi pie. Perfect. That's great. Okay. People are digging this stuff. That's good. That's good. And with the carnivore stew being such a huge success here, I think, just give me to the menu real quick. Let's just bump that up $1. Just $1. And actually both the apps. Let's bump both the apps up $1. And that immediately reminds me, we didn't add bacon nibblers to the menu. Didn't add that in there. Let's get that in there. That's going to give people a third option. Food costs a little high, but let's get that ticking up in the right direction there. Yeah, you know what? Everything else is around $9. Let's throw that in there too. So, cool. The only thing left on the main courses that we didn't create is the cod with onions, which is sort of meh. So we should look at adding a fish dish to the main courses. Cool. Let's go ahead and do that. We've unlocked some fish stuff. Let's go ahead and do that. So if we do a grilled fish as a main course, most of what I've got in here is shellfish of some sort or another, salmon and red gurnard. I unlocked red gurnard for no readily explainable reason other than I don't know what a red gurnard is. I'm sure I will be notified in the comments, but given the nature of the customers who come into Food House, which is mostly blue-collar, lower-class families, etc., folks kind of like me, I don't think they know what a red gurnard is either. So I'm going to put it on the menu, and what are we going to call this exactly? The heck? is it fish, basically. Fish platter. There we go. The heck is it fish platter? Because it's red Grenard, and I don't think anyone walking in the door of Food House knows what a red Grenard is. So let's start that, and let's obviously put in our red Grenard. Absolutely. Okay, what do we do with this now? It's all just sort of blah. Prep time is already a little high. Food costs very low, though. Super. Well, let's do some fundamentals. Give me some salt in the third tier. And it's not particularly fatty. What if we did some olive oil in the third tier? Okay, that's starting to balance out a little better. I like the looks of that. Maybe it's sautéed in olive oil or something along those lines. I don't even know what you would do with a red Grenard. Do we want to throw in some veggies just to make it look vaguely healthy? We could do it bumping up the sweetness. Some carrots would do that. Okay, a little more balanced. Overall recipe ratings going up. All good signs. All good signs. This might be a good place for some mushrooms. How about some mushrooms up here? Okay, it's a little less balanced than I would like it to be, but I think we can cope with that. What, if I'm looking for fattiness, let's go to the dairy section. How about this thing is sauteed in olive oil and butter? And butter. There we go. That's a little better. Anything we could do with sweetness in the dairy section? Not so much, really. What else could we throw into here? Give me legumes, and specifically nuts. Fatty, not so sweet, really. What if there was just some, for no readily explainable reason, almonds sprinkled in with this? Better. Better. Good recipe rating on that. If we could get this thing a little bit saltier, I think we've got a dish we can throw on the menu here. Give me my spices, please. Anything, actually, well, let's just throw in some, how about some black pepper there? Yeah, that just bumps up the recipe rating, doesn't really do a heck of a lot else. Capers. Do I want capers in this? My short answer is yes. Oh, little too sour, even in the third tier. Okay, take that out, take that out. What else could we do that would give me just a teensy bit more saltiness without throwing everything else out of whack? How about bring me back to other, please? Not so much here. I'm not putting ketchup on a fish. That's just terrible. Could do a little bit of veggie stock. How about if we did some veggie stock? I don't know what I'm doing with it, per se. No, that doesn't make sense. That's just more for a soup. That doesn't really make any real sense as to why would I put a stock into a fish. That's silly. Maybe we just roll it out like this. Maybe I don't sweat the saltiness so much. Maybe we've just got the heck is it fish platter with some little bit of almonds, some carrots and mushrooms. It sounds kind of high class. I have no idea if a red Grenard is a gourmet fish or not, but the dish sounds like it's kind of high class. Carrots, mushrooms, almonds, olive oil. Oh yeah, sure. Let's throw the heck is it fish platter on the menu and see if people bite. You see what I did there? It's kind of a fishing joke. Okay, let's get that guy on the menu, please. There we go. And let's take off the cod with onions so people have no choice but to buy my food. And the food costs are really low on that, so I think even if we just did that at $10, we're making a really good profit on that dish in terms of our food costs, which were only like $1 something or other. So whatever a red Grenard is, it's pretty darn cheap to fish it out of the ocean. Cool. All right. Well, let's go back to the restaurant and see what the dinner rush brings. And I'll be particularly interested to see if the place fills up a little bit more after revamping the menu during the early part of the day. Let's see if people dig that and want to come and eat at Food House. Like, more than 2 parties would be nice. We'll see how Conan does tonight. Well, unfortunately, 10 o'clock at night, and it's not really any busier in Food House. I mean, we do often get a few late customers, but it's looking a little thin around here. Let's get it moving a little bit faster. I'd like to get to the end of the day and see what our money situation is like, which will be slightly skewed. Yeah, here's someone coming in to eat at 10:30 at night. Freaking Europeans. It's going to be slightly skewed because we bought the fryer, so we're going to have a pretty big expense there. There's $400, not down the drain because now we have fried food on the menu, but $400 that we weren't anticipating spending because I thought I had already bought one of those, but apparently not. Okay, we got one party in Food House. One solitary party in Food House. Hopefully they're having a wicked good time. And hopefully they're ordering the bacon nibblers, because I'm quite pleased with those. Alright, Conan is wrapping up with them, getting the table cleaned. Is that going to be it? Yeah, that's going to be it. Okay, so we're down $287, more or less. But the fryer cost us $400. So, in theory, if we don't buy another fryer, because I would have no reason to do that, we should be okay tomorrow. Cool, yeah, there's our $400 fryer right there. Furniture and tools, $400. Made $12.59. Yeah, if we didn't buy the fryer, we would have been doing pretty good. Okay, hold the phone there, Conan. Let's see what, first of all, our reviews were like. Actually got a few more very good. Okay. We are definitely moving in the right direction in terms of what people think of Food House. More average, a little more very good. Sakura here was pretty pleased. 3.5 stars from Sakura. Not so much everyone else. Waste of money, just bad, meh, meh. Sakura, you're welcome back anytime. More importantly than that, let's see who is coming in the door and what they ordered. Okay, a couple of more tourists than we traditionally see. We usually attract low-collar families and blue-collar, and we've still got plenty of those, but more tourists than I traditionally expect to see. Apparently, Ning came in twice, back-to-back. So Ning came in and ordered bacon nibblers and the raw beef, banana bread with honey, cheap blonde beer, and then immediately turned around and came right back in to order the bacon nibblers, the mooncakes, and the cheap red beer. So, super. Good job, Ning. I really appreciate that. Whatever country you call home, apparently you guys eat a lot over there. To heck is it, Fish Platter. Had some players here. 1, 2 there, and 3 and 4. Yeah, that's doing just fine. No problems with that at all. Although, the carnivore stew, I'm not seeing as much of. I wonder if just bumping it up that $1 might be holding it back. Claire and Jacob never come back to my restaurant. You came in and ordered one thing each. Claire just came in and got a beer. And Jacob got Spud Love, and that's all I'm going to say about that. To heck is it, Fish Platter's doing okay. That's doing just fine. Not so much with the roast duck. I don't see a lot of people ordering that. But everything else seems to be doing just fine in terms of radically restructuring the menu to put our own dishes on there. Okay, good. Well, good. This is all very, very promising for our new day. I think we got $10 at this point, but you know what? It's fine. So long as we don't have a huge outlay of expenses going into this next day, I think we'll come out okay. And what I think the next step in Chef is continue to chip away at the menu. I think we're probably good on main courses and apps, so we'll start to chip away at the rest of the menu. Look at our pricing. Maybe we can bump everything up just a tiny little bit and keep adding new skills and ingredients so we can keep adding new things to the menu and hopefully attract some better customers in here, or at least customers willing to spend more money. So that's probably a good place to call it on Chef for now. We'll pick up some more of this in the next one. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button and you can see more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you as always for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.
Anyone want to get the head out of the hot tub? Did you want to maybe pull this head out of the hot tub? That's not sanitary, guys. That is not okay. That's a health code violation in the mansion.